skated back out, trying to go, couldn't go.
Oh, no.
Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Vernon, who has this hurt shoulder and head, is geared up again, and he's the one that ends up finishing the game, while the goaltending coach was the backup.
What? Is he on a roster to play?
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
so
saying.
weird.
I guess, there are special exemptions. I mean, because what do you do if you're a hockey team and both your goalies go down? You have to be able to go somewhere, I guess.
You made an announcement. Is there a goalie in the house?
Like guys from the bench were actually volunteering to put the goalie gear on and go out and finish the game.
That's scary.
Believe it or not, the Panthers did lose to the Leafs 3-2. That was crazy. And Dodgers manager Don Mattingly has already announced the Clayton Kershaw opening day starter, and he's announced, most likely, that Jimmy Rollins will be the leadoff batter. Rollins is going to be in that position today when the Dodgers play the White Sox this afternoon. Cactus League action, and it starts at 12:05. I'm Ravi, and that is sports.
98.7 traffic.
From the helpful SoCal Honda Dealer Traffic Center.
All right, so an update on the traffic. 717. Here's Tony Jordan.
A signal for your drive to the OC on the eastbound side of the 22 freeway just before you get to Euclid. The carpool, actually all lanes are shut down right now as they try and clear that crash off to the side, so your drive is jammed. Coming away from not looking at the SoCal Honda traffic cam, and westbound side of the 22 slows down from Harbor over towards Euclid. You have Chapman Avenue or Garden Grove Boulevard north of the 22 as your alternates, or you have Westminster Boulevard south of the 22 as your alternate. This report brought to you by ASU Online. Arizona State University now offers over 70-degree programs 100% online. Earn the same degree as on-campus students from one of the top universities for online undergraduate programs. Now is the time to earn your degree online from ASU. Visit radio.asu.edu. I'm Tony Jordan. I'll 98.7 traffic.
All right, here's some info for everybody on the coach going into the game. The coach, as a backup, is protocol if that happens. Thank you, 714. And here's another interesting piece of information. He had to sign a one-day $500 deal for the coach to play.
Oh, my God. That's so interesting.
$500 for one day, not bad.
More terrifying than arresting.
Just $249.
You've probably heard many companies advertise that they can help and reduce your tax debt by 80 to 90%. Some even say they have attorneys working for them. But what you don't know is that most of these companies are not law firms. They're either tax relief or tax resolution firms with salespeople selling a service. Law firms are regulated by the state bar. Tax relief companies are not. If you need help with a tax problem, don't wait any longer. Listen closely to this important message from strategic tax lawyers.
Attention business owners and individuals with tax problems. Listen carefully. If you owe the IRS a small amount of money, you do not need to hire an attorney for help. You can call the IRS yourself and resolve your problem. But if you have a complex tax matter where you owe a large amount of taxes for personal or business, or have several years of unfiled tax returns and have received notices or even a visit from the IRS, you need to hire the absolute best. Call Strategic Tax Lawyers at 877-310-9800. Strategic Tax Lawyers is an experienced tax law firm headquartered in Santa Monica and run by a former IRS tax attorney. Don't get ripped off by tax relief companies that promise the world and deliver nothing. If a law firm can't help, they will at least point you in the right direction. Read their 5-star reviews at mytaxattorney.com. That's mytaxattorney.com. Or call 877-310-9800. 877-310-9800. This message has been brought to you by Attorney Jeffrey Jacobs.
Save thousands when you buy at the I-10 RV show in Montclair. Now through Sunday, the nation's top RV brands compete side by side for your business at Giant RV in Montclair. New and pre-owned toy haulers, fifth wheels, Class A, B, and C motorhome, and the largest selection of luxury diesel pushers anywhere. All drastically discounted with prices clearly posted. Zero down available. Free parking. Free admission. Now through Sunday at the I-10 RV show at Giant RV.
Central exit off the I-10 in Montclair.
Remember, you save thousands when you buy at the I.
So much talk radio out there with all these opinions.
Where you matter matters with KNX.
Give me the news and I'll form my own opinion.
Be in the know.
I don't want to miss out on what's going on.
KNX 1070 News Radio.
Time 7:20, brought to you now by your SoCal BMW Centers. Pretty rough start for that Laker road trip. Here's Randy.
First game of their 3-game trip, and some people say getting blown out is bad. I think losing by 1 is even worse, because you thought you could have won that one. Lakers come up 1 point short, 104-103 at Charlotte. Jeremy Lin led the Lakers. He had 23. Clippers at home tonight hosting Portland. As for the Ducks, chopped out of the zone 2-on-1. Silverberg hits the post, gloves the rebound down and scores! What a play! What an amazing play by Jacob Silverberg. John Allers a call, prime ticket. Ducks 4-1 winners at Arizona. The Kings 5-2 winners at Edmonton. In case you missed it yesterday, good news from the LA City CIF folks. Narbonne's girls basketball team back in the championship game after a decision to ban them due to wearing pink lettering was reversed. But their coach, Victoria Sanders, out for the rest of the playoffs. She told me yesterday.
That's great. I take that because, you know, the final thing, it always just have to fall back on the coach. And as a head coach, I'll take that responsibility. And I made the decision for the girls to wear it, and I'm responsible.
Sports, 20 and 50 minutes past each hour. Randy Cardoon, KNX 1070, News Radio.
There's a way to enjoy less every day. In the all-new, all-electric BMW i3, you can enjoy less every time you drive. Fully charged in about 3.5 hours, you'll enjoy less charging time. And with up to 81 miles per charge, you'll enjoy less charging sessions. You'll enjoy less stops at the gas station because you won't stop for gas. With its agile handling, you'll enjoy a less boring commute. You'll even enjoy less maintenance costs, since BMW Ultimate Service is no cost for up to 4 years or 50,000 miles. And with lower carbon emissions, you'll enjoy making less of an impression on the Earth, unless you're counting tire tracks. Hurry into your local BMW center and test drive the all-electric BMW i3, winner of the 2014 World Green Car and World Car Design of the Year awards. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. For maintenance terms and conditions, see BMWUSA.com/ultimate service. 81-mile range based on EPA test results.
Hurry into a Southern California BMW center today for attractive lease and finance offers available on the all-electric BMW i3. Visit SoCalBMW.com for details.
KNX News Time 723. At this moment, a federal prosecutor in Boston in federal court outlining his case against the Boston Marathon bombing suspect, saying that he had murder in his heart. The details coming up in minutes.
So that superbug endoscope that was used at UCLA that sickened by the FDA to be sold. Lawrence Muscarella is owner of LFM Healthcare Solutions, an independent expert in hospital safety and medical devices, joining us now live. Lawrence, good morning to you. How on earth does something like that happen? How does something get sold for use in a hospital that the FDA has not yet approved?
Good morning. It raises a lot of questions, doesn't it? Ideally, this never happens, but on occasion it does. The manufacturer releases a product, does it in good faith, and then often after the release of the product gets the additional data necessary to assure and confirm the device's safety.
Well, obviously this device wasn't safe because people have died as a result. It's been used for a number of years. We have cases going back several years involving this particular endoscope. You know, who's watching the store for us?
Yes, I've been quoted in a paper in your city as saying, who's steering the ship through these rough waters. It's not clear, and the FDA is saying they can't explain how this happened or why it happened, but they are on top of it now, and I can say that patient safety today may be better than it ever has because of the rigorous scrutiny that people like yourself are putting it under.
Well, the FDA may be on top of it now, but that certainly doesn't help the families of the people that died.
That's very true. It does not. And patients might want to discuss this with their physician and assure from the physician that any instrument that may be used on them henceforth has received proper clearance to assure their safety and to assure better dialogue between the FDA, hospitals, physicians, and certainly the patient.
We know that a number of federal agencies have had budget cutbacks over the years, and sometimes things slip through the cracks that should have been caught. Has the FDA been an agency that has gone through budget challenges, and do they have enough people to get the job done?
They are saying they don't, and there's probably some validity to that. So maybe some independent outsiders need to look at it and see if more funding for the FDA by Congress is warranted. Clearly something is amiss now. Clearly patients and their safety have been compromised and have been subordinated, so it's now time to look at, see whether more money is needed, and maybe more money is not needed. Maybe more efficient and better regulation is needed. That's for me to comment on, but not for me to decide.
All right, Lawrence, appreciate it. Lawrence Muscarella there at LFM Healthcare Solutions, talking about the story this morning that the scope that was used had not been approved by the FDA for sale. Pete's out at the hospital. We'll hear more from him coming up a little bit later. 7:25, traffic and weather together on the 5 brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Here's Jen.
All right, we're going to go right up to Mike O'Brien, who's been over the SIG alert in the Orange County area. It was bad news. They've extended the SIG alert, right, Mike?
Yeah, I believe they just updated it another hour on the SIG alert, so you've got to avoid this at all costs. It's a 22 eastbound in Euclid, heading towards the Orange Crush there into Santa Ana. The carpool and You've got a big tie-up from about Golden West Knot. You want to exit there, either head south to Trask or north to Garden Grove Boulevard. They'll be the better alternates now.
We also have usual lanes on the 5 and the 710. Let's go to Jeff Bond, near 1070.
Sure do. Just want to give you a heads up on this northbound 710 leaving Long Beach. Pretty much from the 91 now all the way up to the 5. It's not stopped, but it sure is slow. We had a couple of earlier problems, the latest of which is in that construction zone approaching Atlantic Bandini, so be careful getting through. Now, the South 5 is what we're talking about here, leaving out of Burbank, slow and it should be. There's a crash just before the Glendale Freeway, barely to the center divider. Be careful.
All right, let's go to Scott Burton, near 1070. He's been flying over the 210 freeway.
210 eastbound, Sunflower going to crash with a vehicle that lost a wheel. One of the vehicles hit the wheel, and the carpool lane is blocked. Already backing up through about Grand here. 210 westbound, slowing 57 out through the 605.
Are you paying too much for your auto insurance? Well, you might be. If you're not with Mercury Insurance, because their super agents are on a mission to save you money. In fact, you could save hundreds if you switch. See for yourself by getting a fast free quote today at mercuryinsurance.com. That's mercuryinsurance.com. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 7:35 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at cbsla.com.
Evelyn Taft says a great day is in store for us here in Southern California. You'll see lower 70s on the thermometer later on today. Maybe some mid-60s along the beaches, but as we said, sunny. Same thing tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, getting even warmer. Should be back into the 80s across much of Southern California on the weekend. Right now, downtown LA has 50 degrees. In Santa Monica, it's currently 53 degrees. And you've got something?
Well, we're going to talk about this thing with McDonald's. If you like McDonald's, maybe you take your kids there. Who knows? They're changing the way they do things with their chicken. They're going to be removing a little something. And we're going to tell you. Frank Motek's going to have more on that coming up in just a couple.
By the way, we want to remind you that you can be part of our Team KNX at the Susan G. Komen Los Angeles County Race for the Cure that's coming up this Saturday at Dodger Stadium. You can find out much more about the event by going to cbsla.com/Komen. You can click on Team KNX, and as part of Team KNX is Vicki and me, and Diane Thompson, Brian Ping. We're all going to be out there, so we hope that you will take opportunity to come out and help race for the cure.
Are you paying too much for your auto insurance? You might be if you're not with Mercury Insurance, because their super agents are on a mission to save you money. In fact, you could save hundreds if you switch. See for yourself by getting a fast, free quote at mercuryinsurance.com. That's mercuryinsurance.com.
Your Ford dealer uses only Motorcraft parts, so you can be confident your Ford is properly serviced. Confident enough to write your own fortune cookies.
You are smart, good-looking, and eternally humble.
Right now, get up to $130 in mail-in rebates on select tires when you use the Ford Service credit card.
Ford Service. Go with confidence.
Subject to credit approval. Rebates by prepaid debit card. Other tire manufacturer rebate or offer cannot be combined with Ford Service credit card rebate or offer. See your participating Ford dealer for details through 3/31/15.
Man, the weather's perfect outside. The last thing you're thinking about is your air conditioner or heater. This is Ken Starr, owner of Home Comfort USA, and let me let you in on a little secret. The best deals of the entire year on heating and air conditioning are right now, because when the weather's perfect, it's our slowest time. So to keep my guys busy, I'm having the Keep the Comfort Guy busy sell, our biggest sell of the year. Right now, you can get a complete Home Comfort air conditioning and heating system with no interest for 5 years, or payments as low as $99 a month. I'll even throw in a hospital-grade whole house allergen air cleaner for free. That's an additional $1,900 value. My pain is your gain. Oh, all my Comfort Guys are background checked, certified, and most of all, friendly. So, call the Comfort Guy. We're there.
Call 888-287-8254. 888-287-8254.
Home Comfort USA. HomeComfortUSA.com.
CSLB number 974908.
Are your Google search results killing you? Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. For a free consultation, call Reputation.com at 1-800-914-3202.
Well, the News Watch never stops. Always live and local. This is KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good morning, I'm Dick Helton.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Some of our top stories.
The accused marathon bomber in court, and so are dozens of the victims.
McDonald's says it's making some changes in its chicken products.
It is Wednesday, March 4th. Here's what's happening at 7:30.
It is the biggest terror trial this country has seen in 20 years, a federal prosecutor now outlining his case against Boston Marathon bombing suspect Zurkar Tsarnaev, saying he had murder in his heart when he put a backpack with a bomb in it in the crowd near a row of kids at the finish line of that marathon. The prosecutor says Tsarnaev believed he was a soldier in a holy war against Americans. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman weighing in on the defense strategy in all this.
It's not a question of whether he will be proven guilty or found not guilty. They are looking to avoid the death penalty.
Dozens of survivors in the courtroom. They were bussed in. They include two people who each lost a leg in the attack and the parents of an 8-year-old, one of 3 people killed. The defense expected to offer its opening statements a little bit later this morning, and we will have more on this story coming up in just about 20 minutes here on KNX.
Ever wonder what's in a chicken McNugget? Apparently now there's going to be something less, and here's Frank Motek to tell us more. Yeah, chicken changes coming to Mickey D's. McDonald's says it plans to start using chicken raised without antibiotics important to human medicine and milk from cows that are not treated with an artificial growth hormone. This chicken change will take place within the next 2 years. After seeing customer visits decline over the past couple of years, McDonald's also hinting recently at other ingredient changes, and they're also making some management changes. In fact, the CEO change at McDonald's officially took place this week. McDonald's stock moving down slightly, the overall market sliding. We'll have another update shortly. Reporting live, Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
The scope at the heart of that superbug outbreak at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center reportedly was never approved for sale. KNX 1070's Pete Demetrio live with that.
A report from CNN indicates that Olympus, the manufacturer of the TJF Q180V duendoscope, began selling it 5 years ago, but apparently didn't get permission from the FDA to sell equipment to hospitals, and the FDA didn't catch its error until early 2014. What's worse, Olympus wasn't alone. Pentax and Fujifilm, 2 other major firms, applied for and were granted clearance to market models that were very similar to the Olympus model. That's according to Karen Riley, the Deputy Director of Strategy for the FDA's Office of External Affairs, and apparently none of these companies have demonstrated that those machines can be disinfected to standards acceptable to the FDA. As a result, between last October and January, 7 patients at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center called the superbug CRE2 have died, and it's not known what liability UCLA and others might face in light of these new revelations. In Westwood, I'm Pete Demetrio, KNX 1070 News Radio.
The battle over Obamacare back before the Supreme Court this morning. The justice is hearing arguments right now on a challenge to the tax subsidies paid in states which have not set up their own insurance exchange. We talked about that with Jason McGorman. He's senior healthcare analyst at Bloomberg.
Really, it's a big deal for the overall industry because it essentially reduces premiums for folks by about 70%.
Justice Department report says blacks at Ferguson, Missouri are disproportionately subjected to excessive police force and bad traffic stops and citations. The findings will be made public today. Ferguson Council candidate Brian Fletcher says it is a matter of demographics.
Just throwing numbers out, there's reasons why African Americans might be pulled over more. They tend to live more in poverty. We know that.
The report could result in some big changes for the department, which commanded national attention last summer because of the shooting of Michael Brown.
The man suspected of firing the shots near the National Security Agency headquarters in Maryland in custody this morning. WTOP's Nick Iannelli reporting the man is a suspect in some other shootings.
FBI agents so far do believe he has been involved in several shooting incidents over the past 2 weeks.
Got this big problem on the 22 in Garden Grove this morning. Let's check it out one more time. KNX News Time, 7:35.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s with Jennifer York.
We feel your pain, folks, in Orange County. Let's go to Michael Bryan on Air 1070 over the 22.
And a lot of pain here on the 22. 22 eastbound at Euclid. Major reaction to blocking the carpool in left lane. They're still saying another 30, 40 minutes, I think, on this. It's jammed solid through Garden Grove back towards Golden West. Not want to exit there. Pick up trash, get south of the freeway or Garden Grove Boulevard works as well.
Okay, now we had problems on the 405 southbound as well at Warner Magnolia in the Fountain Valley area. That has been cleared, but boy, oh boy, South 405 really jammed now. Coming out of Long Beach all the way down into Fountain Valley. Really tough drive. Now, speaking of the 405, let's go to Jeff Baugh in the Valley. He's in Air 1070.
Boy, not easy here either, that's for sure here. Coming away from the 5-405 split, coming out of New Hall past the Rinaldi before the 118, we got a lane block. And after that, it's really a morning drive crawl. put it that way, from just south of Roscoe up and over the hill. Carpool lane is looking good, even Sepulveda Boulevard now, though, kind of busy going through Burbank.
Yeah, when you're stuck on the freeways, you got to remember why you moved here. Remember the weather, the beautiful weather, and the wonderful people. Let's go to Scott Burton near 1070 over the 210.
Oh, we're looking for the latest problem reported 210 eastbound around the 605 in the middle lanes. I don't see that yet, but the earlier problems up ahead, 210 east around Citrus, and another one at Sunflower cleared, some right shoulder activity. But slow pretty much from Vernon, 210 west slow 57 out through the 605 into Arcadia.
Yeah, and the northbound side of the 5. Now we had late pickup Caltrans activity in the 5 o'clock hour, which really started things off on the wrong foot for the northbound Santa Ana. So I just want to warn you, it's still very, very heavy from Valley View all the way up. The alternate west 91 to the north 710, not good, very heavy as well. So just give yourself extra time this morning. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 7:45 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
Woke up to just a beautifully clear sky this morning. Full moon out there. We got the great picture from Jeff that you tweeted out a little while ago. So just great weather across Southern California. Let's find out more over to CBS 2, and we say good morning once again to Evelyn Taft.
Good morning, Dick. Good morning, Vicki. And we are expecting a little more sunshine, and with that, warmer temperatures as we head into the next few days. 60s and 70s today, eventually turning to 70s and 80s as we head to the end of the week and the weekend, expecting 70s and 80s. 80s at the coast, possibly in the basin, in our inland valleys. Until then, for today, though, we're expecting temperatures in the 40s in the mountains, 60s in the high desert, 70s as we head to our inland valleys, the basin, and the upper 60s, but mostly the 70s today, and the coast topping out in the 60s, expecting a decent amount of sunshine as we head into the afternoon hours. I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Evelyn Taft with your exclusive KNX 1070 News Radio forecast.
You and I both earned our little I voted sticker.
Yes, I have my sticker.
I have my sticker as well. Because we voted. We were among the, what was it? Like
7.9%.
7.9%, people. That's who made the difference in the election. The full election results are on our website this morning, cbsla.com, if you want to check those out. And another reason to freak out about cybersecurity today, Frank Motek has more on that coming up in your Money News next. For breaking news text alerts from KNX 1070, just text the word news, NEWS, to 41070. You can also follow us on Twitter, KNX 1070, KNX to Kelton, and Vicki Moore News.
Are you paying too much for your auto insurance? You might be if you're not with Mercury Insurance, because their super agents are on a mission to save you money. In fact, you could save hundreds if you switch. See for yourself by getting a fast, free quote at mercuryinsurance.com. That's mercuryinsurance.com.
Attention homeowners. Just like gas prices, mortgage rates have hit rock bottom and haven't been this low in over 2 years. If your interest rate is currently over 4%, you need to call As Is Lending now to see how much money you can save. As Is Lending can now offer their free ride home loan. Free ride means no points and no fees with no out-of-pocket expenses. You heard right. No points, no fees, and 10 and 15-year fixed rates in the 2s and 30-year fixed rates in the 3s. But hurry before rates increase. Hop in and take advantage of As Is Lending's free ride home loan with no points, no fees, and absolutely no out-of-pocket expenses. We pay for everything. Let us drive down your interest rate with 10 or 15-year fixed rates in the 2s or 30-year fixed rates in the 3s. As Is Lending also offers FHA and VA options. Call now at 800-210-4334. That's 800-210-4334. 800-210-4334. Owner-occupied property licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight. NMLS number 948468. CFLL number 603J871. Tonight, CBS is all new. First, Survivor may have just begun, but tonight, all will be revealed.
I have no qualms being in my birthday suit. This was going to be a doozy.
New Survivor, followed by a new episode of TV's #1 suspense thriller. He's a sadist and he's enjoying the panic he's creating. Criminal Minds. Then, from the creators of TV's most successful next generation of CSI Cyber.
I work crimes that start in the mind, live online, and play out in the real world.
Meet the team that can unravel the dark web. FBI! Academy Award winner Patricia Arquette.
I'm Special Agent Avery Ryan.
James Vanderbeek and Peter McNichol.
This is just the beginning.
The series premiere of CSI Cyber after a new survivor and Criminal Minds. CBS Tonight.
Tonight, starting at 8 on CBS 2. Then stay tuned for CBS 2 News at 11.
Experience California's largest and most exciting casino, Pechanga Resort and Casino. With state-of-the-art slots, bigger jackpots, and the best bingo in California, Pechanga has it all. Pechanga Resort and Casino, just off the 15 in Temecula. Book your Pechanga experience today at Pechanga.com.
Okay, news time, 7:40 Monday News. Here's Frank. Good morning. Maybe we'll see this on the future episode of CSI Cyber. Latest cybersecurity concern called a freak attack. Millions of people might have been left vulnerable to hackers while surfing the web on Apple and Google devices. This after a newly discovered security flaw known as a freak attack. There's no evidence that any hackers so far have exploited this weakness, and researchers are blaming the problem on old abandoned government policy which required American software companies to use weaker security and encryption programs sold overseas. Well, some freaking out going on Wall Street today with the Dow Jones Industrial Average pulling back for the second day in a row from all-time highs. The Dow right now down 140 points, NASDAQ sliding 32, and the S&P 500 down 16. On the economy, payroll processing company ADP says private employers added 212,000 jobs last month. Service companies expanded at a bit faster rate last month, boosting their hiring plans. Money news at 10:40 past the hour. Frank Motek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Back to the 22 in Garden Grove. That's been a problem. Also, your San Fernando Valley freeways coming up next. KNX News Time, 7:41.
Are you paying too much for your auto insurance? You might be if you're not with Mercury Insurance, because their super agents are on a mission to save you money. In fact, you could save hundreds if you switch. See for yourself by getting a fast, free quote at mercuryinsurance.com. That's mercuryinsurance.com.
There's something better about traveling by an Amtrak train. You eliminate the traffic jams, highway congestion, and stopping for gas, and gain the freedom to move, to sleep, eat, and stretch out. Experience the better way, the railway. One-way fares from Los Angeles are as low as $35 to Fresno, $115 to Seattle, and $113 to Portland. Discounts for children and seniors available. Book now at Amtrak.com. Fares subject to availability. Routes, fares, and services subject to change without notice. Restrictions apply.
This Sunday, March 8th, is Rose Bowl Flea Market Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, one of the world's most unusual shopping places, the shopping place of the stars, featuring over 2,500 vendors selling new merchandise, antiques, collectibles, arts and crafts, home decorating, vintage clothing, and more. Items for your game room, home theater, or update your decor. The place to find the interesting, the unusual, the bizarre, or one of a kind. Whether you buy or just browse, go have a great day with the whole family at the biggest outdoor marketplace in the West, the Rose Bowl Flea Market. Miles and miles of treasure hunting. Take family and tell all your friends. Go early for all the best deals. Special early admission is available. There is free parking and VIP parking this Sunday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss the Rose Bowl Flea Market at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. For more information, go to rgcshows.com. Produced by RG Canning Enterprises Shows and Events.
Ripped from the headlines, here's another reminder about the importance of protecting our identities. A New York bank teller has been found guilty of stealing. The ring stole over $850,000 by using bank tellers to fraudulently obtain the personal information of hundreds of customers and creating fake IDs to withdraw money from their accounts. Stories like this are precisely why I have LifeLock Ultimate Plus Identity Theft Protection. It goes beyond just notifying you of debit and credit card transactions, providing protection for your identity, bank and retirement accounts, even the equity in your home. Look, no one can stop all identity theft, but LifeLock Ultimate Plus is the most comprehensive identity theft protection available. Visit LifeLock.com and use promo code NEWS, or call and mention NEWS to save 10%. Call 800-611-8540, 800-611-8540, 800-611-8540. Network does not cover all transactions.
Headed to work? So are the burglars. Fact is, more than 60% of all home burglaries happen during daytime. But with Bay Alarm, you're protected 24/7, with the power to control and manage your system wherever you go. Bay Alarm, local security experts backed by over 60 years of innovation and reliability. Call 1-800-610-1000 or visit bayalarm.com today for a free security review. Bay Alarm, what have you got to lose? ACO 28 CCL 880-138.
I'll sit in traffic and you're looking over at people's cars.
It can be easy to look around when you're stuck in traffic.
When you can see the display on their dashboard, KNX.
Traffic on the 5s and an alternate route if you need one.
KNX gets people through LA.
Stay Stay connected. KNX 1070 News Radio.
KNX News Time, 7:45. Here is your traffic and weather together on the 5s. Brought to you now by Mercury Insurance. Here's Jen.
Yeah, we've had a bad crash on the 22 eastbound at Euclid. Michael Bryan has been over it for quite some time. The East 22 is backed up to the 405 almost now. It's kind of blended with the drive on the South 405. Coming down from about Studebaker out of the Long Beach area, Los Alamitos area. They extended the signal alert for another hour a few minutes ago, so they've got the carpool and the left lane blocked. There was a car on top of the car. This is in the heart of Garden Grove, East 22 at Euclid. Orange County's having a tough morning, I gotta say. South 405, really no better. It is very tough coming down, as I mentioned, from the Long Beach area down into Fountain Valley, where there was an earlier crash that has cleared at Magnolia Warner. Real tough drive on that southbound 405. All right, speaking of 405 in the valley, and the Ventura Freeway, let's go to Jeff Baugh near 1070.
You bet. First, the South 405 coming away from the 5 split. Now, there was a problem at Rinaldi that went over to the shoulder, so not too bad there. But morning drive is starting south of Brosco Boulevard. It's pretty heavy all the way down Sepulveda Boulevard, and that's about a push at the moment, unless you're only going to Burbank Boulevard. Ventura Freeway gets real slow before Tampa. We're coming through Topanga Canyon right now, if you can tell from the sound of my voice. Quite windy here. It looks like the normal amount of morning slowing approaching the school, but more on this coming up.
Hold on, I know it's very windy up there for them. Let's go to Scott Burton near 1070. He's been over the 210.
Well, the latest problem reported is stall, 210 eastbound at Azusa. We're actually heading back up there. We believe it was number 2 lane that was blocked, but 210 east at the 605, that wreck already cleared, and the earlier problems ahead around Citrus and Sunflower are clear as well. But heavy east 210 back toward the 605, west of Vernon. 210 westbound, slow 57 out through the 605.
Northbound side of the 710, I was listening to the CHP scanner. There's a problem involving a semi and an SUV north 710 right around the 105. Really tough drive on that north 710 this morning, getting away from the 91 all the way up to about the 5 freeway. Are you paying too much for your auto insurance? You might be if you're not with Mercury Insurance, because their super agents are on a mission to save you money. In fact, you could save hundreds if you switch. See for yourself by getting a fast free quote at mercuryinsurance.com. That's mercuryinsurance.com. Traffic and weather together the 5s. Our next report at 7:55 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 and CPSLA.com.
It's going to be a great day in Southern California. Sunny skies, temps up to the lower 70s across most of the area. About the same thing tomorrow, back to the 80s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right now, Studio City is in at 47. Yorba Linda also at 47. Santa Monica has 52 degrees. And this is Southern California's only all-news radio station, KNX 1070 News Radio. I'm Nick Holton.
And I'm Vicki Moore. You're out there driving around this morning. You're stuck in traffic. Listen to this. So we endured the 405 Sepulveda Pass Improvement Project. Remember that with Carmageddon? We were doing all the time. All that work between the 10 and the 101, $1 billion spent. So how'd that work out? How'd that pay off for us? Apparently not very well, according to the LA Weekly this morning, citing some traffic statistics from an analytics firm, saying that driving speeds during the afternoon crawl north on the 405 are now the same or slightly slower than they were. So not better. And even worse, they say, is right now the southbound commute on the 405 is so bad, even after the improvements, that they say when Caltrans issues its worst bottleneck ratings that are coming out in August, they say it will likely be that 10-mile stretch on the 405 between the valley and the west side could be the worst freeway segment in California. So all that money, all that time, and they say no improvement.
Maybe we can get up to one of our guys, not just now, but a little bit later, like Jeff or somebody that flies over it all the time, and they know what it looked like, 5 years ago, and what it looks like now, and what the situation is. But I know every time I'm on it, it looks like the other side. You look over there and you say, oh my gosh, look at that backup. It's awful.
It's bad. It's bad.
The courtroom in Boston is packed for opening statements in the murder trial of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev today, one of the 2 accused of planning the bombs at the Boston Marathon finish line a couple of years ago. Jeff Brown is at WBC in Boston, joining us now live. Jeff, we've heard from a lot of the victims of this particular incident that are at the courtroom today. And for many of them, they absolutely know in their own mind who planted the bombs. And for them, considering what happened to them and or members of their family, there's nothing bad enough to happen to this guy.
Well, and that's true, and a good part of the jury selection process centered around it. It started really with about 1,400 potential jurors. To get from that point in the beginning of January to the 18, the 12, and 6 alternates today was a tedious process. And a lot of the questioning surrounded on whether these jurors believed in their heart that they could go the extra mile and consider a death penalty. And some of them were refused outright for that's really what it boiled down to.
And so this case, this trial is expected to go on just almost an eternity, forever, like months we're talking about, right?
Yeah, they're anticipating it'll be at least 3 months. In fact, opening statements did get underway just a short time ago, and the defendant's attorney conceded that her client and his brother were responsible for the bombing. So I don't think that there is really any preponderance or any plan that the defense is going to be exonerated at this point. I think it's just about a penalty.
So in other words, this trial basically boils down to, do you spend the rest of your life in prison or do you die?
That's correct, and that brings you to the point. Will it be a reasonable expectation at some point that there will be a plea deal? And we don't know the answer to that, but the trial is underway.
All right, good enough. Jeff Brown there at WBC. We're going to be following very closely what goes on in this trial, as he points out. And there, after the prosecution presents its case, may very well be the possibility that somebody's going to go for a plea. Good news for the Kings and the Ducks, and a big Sharknado story. Here's Randy Cardoon.
Kings, Calgary, and the Sharks all tied for third place in their division and for the last playoff spot there. This after both the Kings and San Jose picked up wins last night. Kings were winners 5-2 at Edmonton, while the Sharks knocked off Vancouver 6-2. But that's not the Sharknado update. That's coming up in a second here. While the Ducks were winners at Arizona 4-1, Anaheim back home tonight. They'll host the East-leading Montreal Canadiens at 7 o'clock. NBA, Jeremy Lin leading the Lakers at 23, but they lost to Charlotte 104-103. It's the Lakers at Miami tonight. Clippers at home tonight to Portland. In Denver, Nuggets reacted to the firing of Coach Brian Shaw to beat Milwaukee 106-95. Now, you've heard of the movie Sharknado, obviously, the one about sharks in a tornado causing mayhem in L.A. Tongue-in-cheek, if you will. Its a sequel involved New York. Well, now apparently there's a Sharknado 3 coming, and according to The Hollywood Reporter, Mavericks owner and Shark Tank investor Mark Cuban will be the President of the United States. His Vice President, political voice, and Coulter. Is that a world you really want to live in? Sports 20 and 50 minutes past each hour. Randy Cardoon, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Homeowners, interest rates are still at historic lows. Ditech is offering certain home loans at the incredibly low rate of 2.75%, 2.818 APR. Let Ditech put money back into your pocket. Call 800-795-2488 and ask about their $500 close-on-time pledge. Purchase your dream home, lower your rate, or get cash now. Turn these incredible low rates into an opportunity of a lifetime. Call 800-795-2488 for details, credit cost, and terms. That's 800-795-2488. Let Ditech put money back in your pocket today. Call now. 800-795-2488. Quoted rates assume $417,000 loan amount. 10-year term. Primary residence. First lien. Minimum 740 credit score. 43% debt to income and 60% loan to value. Ditech Mortgage Corp. NMLS number 98161. Licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lenders Act and Finance Lenders Law. Equal housing lender. 800-795-2488. Call now. That's 800-795-2488 or visit trust.ditech.com. Do you hesitate to lead an active life due to pain in your knees or other joints? Would you like to see an orthopedic surgeon who focuses on non-surgical options? The orthopedic specialists at Regen Ortho Clinic use cutting-edge non-surgical techniques that can give new life to worn-out joints. Traditionally, joints are treated with steroids and surgery, but recent advances now allow doctors to lubricate, cushion, and for some patients, even repair damage. All treatments are performed at Regen Ortho Clinic's office using advanced computer imaging to locate the exact treatment area. If you or someone you care for have been told to have knee surgery, call 855-771-KNEE for a free screening to review your specific joint problem and discuss what non-surgical option can be best for you. If you choose to work with Regen Ortho Clinic, Medicare and PPO insurance covers many of the treatments. Call 855-771-KNEE. That's 855-771-KNEE. Or go to regenorthoclinic.com.
The California State Solar Rebate is gone. Soon the federal tax incentive will disappear too. Wait much longer and you'll wind up paying 30% more for your new solar system. Have you given up because you think you can't afford solar? At Semper Solaris, we don't give up that easy. Call before the end of the month and get your system with no payments till June of 2016. We're still the only solar company that pays you the equivalent of California's rebate. New customers actually get an instant rebate rebate check. Why Semper Solaris? We hand you cash. We only use U.S. manufacturers, and our panels come with a 25-year warranty, including labor. We're A-rated by the Better Business Bureau, and we're U.S. veteran-owned. We complete our mission with esprit de corps and honor. You get a solar system for no money out of pocket. Get a California equivalent instant rebate check, and call before the end of the month and pay nothing until June of 2016. Call Semper Solaris now. 800-644-7855. 800-644-7855. 800-644-7855.
Get away to excellence at Aquarius Casino Resort in Laughlin, Nevada. Enjoy the best rooms, best gaming, best dining, and best live entertainment on the river. Plus, a lot of other bests. 15 to be exact, according to the Mojave Valley Daily News, honoring the Aquarius with more awards than any other casino. Come to Laughlin, Nevada to play and stay at Aquarius Casino Resort and experience the best for yourself. Visit AquariusCasinoResort.com or call 1-800-662-LUCK.
KNX is time 7:55 for traffic and weather together on the 5 with Jennifer York.
All right, John, we're going to go right up to Jeff Baugh, who's been over the Malibu area. Jeffers in Air 1070.
Well, a little bit about it. We came through Topanga, actually, and I just wanted to give you a heads up on this drive. If you're coming off, you're a Z driver, you're coming off the 101. It's pretty slow all the way down to the school, and it doesn't improve much down to Pacific Coast Highway. Now, if you're coming out of Malibu, coming south, the slowing's going to start just a little bit before Topanga, and it looks just morning drive slow, we'll call it signal slow, all the way down to the Santa Monica Freeway. All lanes are open now.
All right, 10 eastbound at Rosemead as the new 4-car crashes on the eastbound side. Westbound side's been really tough coming down from Kellogg Hill, but this 10 east at Rosemead heading into the Rosemead area. Far right lane is blocked. Also, the northbound side of the 710 has had its problems. A lot of folks taking that as an alternate to the northbound Santa Ana because that's been so tough this morning. But there's a problem at the 105 involving a semi and an SUV. Also, of course, we've got our Sigler still working in the Orange County area. This is the eastbound side of the 22 at Brookhurst, the backup, at Euclid with a backup to the 405. Quickly, Scott Burton, Air 1070.
210 westbound, baseline, entry crash block in the right lane, the backup through about Carnelian.
Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 8:05 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 and CBSLA.com.
It'll be in the 70s downtown later on today. Right now, 51 degrees. That's downtown. Chatsworth has 56. In Santa Monica right now, it's also 56 degrees. When you need kitchen or laundry appliance repair, visit myapplianceservice.com. Now, this portion of the news is brought to you by IntelliLoan Mortgages.
Trial over blurred lines and with Robin Thicke and company ripped off Marvin Gaye. Could see Pharrell on the witness stand today. Marvin Gaye's kids say the songs, gotta give it up in this one, are so similar that they should really get a cut of the profits. Robin Thicke and Pharrell each reportedly pulled in about $5 million apiece.
I just landed a huge deal for you, and then you tell me I'm going to take 5% less this year?
You are replaceable. Vince Vaughn, who's in the new movie Unfinished Business, will sink his hands and feet into cement at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood a little later this morning. Ceremony happens at 11. Actors James Marsden and Jon Favreau expected to attend. Unfinished Business opens this weekend. Chris Brown is a daddy. 9 months old, apparently with a model.